Alright, so we're gonna do eggplant with minced beef. So I have this wok here that's super hot. See how hot that wok is? That's exactly how hot you want it. Because as soon as you put the meat in, yeah, put the fan on. As soon as you put this meat in, you gotta sear it. Woo! You want it seared. So you want the ground beef to be small, crumbly, and you want it to be almost caramelized. You want it to have a good texture. So to make it crumbly, what I'm doing here is I'm squishing the ground beef with my spoon. But it's not ready yet. You see, it's not ready yet because you can see it's not fully cooked. You see there's like little pink spots here. You don't want that. You want the ground beef to be caramelized. So I'm going to show you guys that in a minute. Okay, so the worst thing that you guys can have is a soggy, watery ground beef. It's disgusting. What you want is like a caramelized ground beef that's crumbly and it has a good texture. So if you look here, you can see the meat has little almost like chewy bits to them, almost like bacon bits. That's what you want. That's what's going to give you flavor and good texture. Now you don't want to burn it, but you just don't want watery, soggy meat. You want just like little chewy bits to it. And this is what's going to give your eggplant the best texture. So you can see here, there's some meat that's stuck in the bottom of the pan. Okay, so to get rid of that, what I do is I add a little bit of this Shaoxing cooking wine, but you can use just a regular white wine. But I'm going to add a little bit of that here. Just a little bit here. And I'm going to clean the frying pan. You see how I'm doing that? I'm cleaning the frying pan up. And that cleans it. You clean the bottom of the pan. You see? This is one of the best things that you can do, because now when the alcohol evaporates and the wine reduces, what you end up with is a sauce. So at this point, I'm going to turn the heat off, and then I'm going to add a little bit of sesame seed oil. Okay? Sesame seed oil is going to give this ground beef its flavor, like the best flavor ever. And I'm just going to mix in a little bit of that. And that's it. So that's the ground beef. That covers the ground beef for now. Okay, so we're done with the meat. So the fat of the meat is on the wok. So what we're gonna do, we got this wok super freaking hot right now. We're gonna add a little bit of oil to that, and we're gonna cook the eggplant. We're gonna cook the eggplant. You hear that sizzle? That's exactly what you want. Now, we're not going to deep fry these eggplants. These eggplants are going to saute, and they're going to kind of steam at the same time, because there's lots of water in these eggplants. So they're going to release the water. I just dropped one. They're going to release the water, and they're going to kind of saute at the same time. So we're just going to, every 30 seconds, sort of move them around. Now, it looks like a lot right now, but as these things cook, this little guy got in there. As these things cook, they're going to reduce in size. So as you can see, the eggplant has reduced in size. Now, do not be afraid to add a little bit of oil if it gets a little too dry, which I'm going to do right now. Because these eggplants suck up a lot of oil. So, as you can see, alright, so this eggplant is almost just about done. Maybe like 2-3 more minutes left, but just gonna flip them up a little bit. And just give them about 2-3-4 minutes tops, but this is almost done. So this eggplant is pretty much done. It's gonna finish cooking and we put everything together anyway, so we don't need to cook it anymore now. So right now we're gonna take the eggplant out. I'm gonna clean this pan up a little bit, and then we're gonna do the combination. We're gonna mix the beef and the eggplant, and then we're gonna mix up with the chili. Now real quick, I just wanna show you guys this chili that I'm chopping up right here. Get a little closer. So here I got a little bit of Thai chili that I let dry out on the vine in the garden. This adds an excellent flavor. And then here I have red chili and green chili. And these are both Anaheim. So they're kind of sweet and they're kind of spicy. The green is a little bit spicy, but it's quite mild. And the red is sweet and spicy at the same time, which is why I love this chili. So we're gonna add that in. All right, so what I got here, essential ingredients for flavor: garlic. I got some little Thai chilies, red and green chili. I'm using Anaheim chili, but you guys can use bell pepper, whatever you want. And then here I got ginger. So, and then here, this is for the end, I got little Thai basil, which is essential if you want to get that good anise flavor to it. It's essential. Okay, so I got a slightly hot pan here, not too hot because you don't want to burn anything. You just want to get that sizzle. Garlic goes in there. Okay, and then ginger goes in there. Okay, you don't need to cook it that long. Right when you can smell it, it's good. Okay, so we're adding the little chilies, and then we're gonna add the Anaheim. Okay, now one thing, I love to add this stuff to the pan when I make this dish. This is chili garlic sauce. It's basically like a sriracha, but better. But it's made by the same company. You can find it at any grocery store at the Asian section. I like to add a little bit of that. And that really, I'm feeling it right now. That really concentrates everything. Now, with that done, I'm going to add the eggplant. Okay, get those beautiful colors. Everything is coming together. Okay, and then I'm going to add the ground beef. That goes in there. Now, I'm going to add basil. All right, so essential for flavor for this recipe: soy sauce, oyster sauce. And no, this is not a lot of soy sauce considering how much eggplant is in the wok. It's really not that big of a deal. Oyster sauce. Not a lot, trust me. It looks like a lot, it's not a lot. A little bit of water, just to give it a good consistency. A bit of water. Now the water is going to thicken. As it's thickening, I'm going to add a little bit of bouillon. Bouillon, okay? You can add chicken stock if you'd like. I added just a little bouillon, keeps things simple. Not a whole lot. And this is going to give it some oomph. So this thing's going to start thickening really, really fast. Alright, so I got some amaranth leaves and little Swiss chard leaves here from the garden. You don't have to add this. I like to add it because it does add a little bit of roughage and a good green color, and it also adds some good texture to it. Not essential, but it's something I like to do. These leaves are very tender, so you really don't need to cook it for that long. Okay, so it just took a few seconds for these leaves to soften up. You can barely even see them. I'm going to do a little bit of taste testing. So I'm gonna taste this. Perfect. Doesn't need anything else. But this is it right here. And I'm gonna taste the eggplant here. It's perfect. I'm gonna taste the eggplant with some of the beef. And the thing I love about this eggplant is that you don't have to cook it too long. You cook it for 15 minutes, depending on how much eggplant you have. It keeps its texture for the most part, and you taste some of that soy sauce, the oyster sauce, the bouillon powder. It comes together perfectly. And then you have these amaranth leaves here. Delicious. So try this recipe out. You'll love it.